This week on Handyman Corner, we're going to show you how to fix a lawnmower. When you do fix a lawnmower, there is a certain order that you check things in. Now, this particular machine has a seized engine, so the first thing you check is the price of a new one. And then you check the IQ of the last person that used it. And you'll find only one of those is high. Next thing you check is the spark plug. Disconnect the plug and take out the spark plug. Adjust the gap and reinstall it. Well, you got the gas can open anyway. You might as well check to see if there's any excess gas in there. No, I guess not. Next thing you might want to take a look at is the blade itself. What you're checking for here is nicks and bumps. No, there's not nearly enough of those. That's about it. I guess the last step when you're checking a lawnmower with a seized engine is to kill your nephew, Harold. So until next time, remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Harold, can I talk to you for a minute? We'll be right back with more of the show and the story of the outhouse.
Oh, but not hopefully at the same time.
This week on Handyman Corner, gonna show you how to change a headlight. Now I know what you're saying. Everybody knows how to change. Well, they don't. There's a lot of people don't know how to change a headlight, and it's something you can do yourself. And not only do you save money, but it gives you a feeling of self-reliance, because, you know, you can't trust anyone. Now, this here is Bill Smith's car, and he told me he's got a headlight burned out, and so I thought I'd just, you know, kind of do him a favor and change the headlight. I might charge him $5, you know. The screwdriver's not big enough. Screwdrivers on these, I should say the screws on these are way back in there. But, you know, who the heck designs these things? Probably mechanics. Now, I can't see if the screw is a flathead or a Robinson or I can't see what kind it is. So, okay, we'll just try another method here. I think this will just pop right off here. Get that in there and take it the other side. All right. What we're gonna do now is the wiring, I guess, it's catching that in there, and we'll just use this is a special tool that I keep in my closet. Some metal or something caught back in here. That's all right. I think the wiring is the thing that's messing this up. So we'll just clip that out of there. You know, these new cars, they got so much wiring in them. It's just more things to go wrong. Now, what's just occurring to me, I think, with one of these modern cars, this is the type where the hood, the headlight comes out from behind, from out in the back. And so what you need to do is you need to open the hood. Try this. No, that's not it. All right. Okay, now, I think things are gonna go a little better now. Oh, gods, I can't. Oh, safety. Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah, I can get her out from the inside here, but I'm gonna have to take a few things out to get at her there. All right, get that out of the way. windshield washer. Okay, now as long as you remember what order the stuff come out, we'll be fine. No, I still can't get her. Now, you know the saying we got the lodge. If at first you don't succeed, switch to power tools. Tell you something, I'm gonna charge Bill $10. She's coming, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming. Yep, she's coming, she's coming. Oh yeah, almost got her there now. Got it, oh yeah, yeah. She's coming, all right. No problem. Now what we've done here is we've freed up the plug. So I'll just get the replacement bulb. Pop that in. We're all set. I'll just give that a try, see how it looks. Perfect. Oh. Well, I guess this was the burned out headlight. Well, it won't take as long now because we know how to do it. I'm gonna charge Bill, I think, $200 or $300 for this. Anyway, until next time, remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. This week in the Handyman Corner, we're going to show you how you can repair these little annoying nicks and cracks and stone chips and what have you in your windshield. They have a new product out now. It's kind of a liquid glass silicone kind of a deal. But before we get to the silicone liquid glass, there's a few steps that you have to take. For example, you have to take the crack that's in the windshield and you have to isolate it by punching a hole at each end of the crack so that the cracks won't spread. All right, now what's happened here is we've actually created a few more cracks. So we have to now isolate them by putting holes at the end of those cracks. And so on. All right, I seem to have all the cracks isolated so that the remainder of the windshield will still be safe. Now what we do is we take this belt sander and we have to rough up the edges of the chips of glass so that the silicone will stick to it. All right, we seem to have created a bit more of a problem here, so we have to kind of abandon the silicone liquid glass kind of a solution, and we have to go with another way to solve our problem using the handyman's secret weapon, duct tape. All right, well, we got the duct tape to kind of hold her in place there. We just want to tap it in to make it kind of be watertight. The rain will get in there sure as heck. Also, there we go, clean as a whistle, no cracks, perfect visibility, and you get the added benefit of the fresh air and the ventilation coming at you while you're driving. And any of the downside of this particular repair job is more than offset by my auxiliary windshield. So that's how easy it is to do your own windshield repairs. I would highly recommend some sort of safety gloves when you're breaking the glass up. So, until next time, remember, if women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Wait a minute, I've got a crack. This week on Handyman Corner, we're going to show you some fine furniture restoration that will not only enhance the beauty, but will also add to the value of this beautiful old antique aluminum lawn chair. Now, what happens with these units is, unless you're one of those purists that brings them in for the winter, is that they sit out there in the sun and the sleet and the rain and the hail and the icicles and the tornadoes and the thunderstorms and the monsoons if you live near the coast. And what happens is you get a chemical change in the webbing here where this soft, pliable, plastic, durable stuff turns into kind of a crystallized, crunchy graham wafer type substance, and next thing you know, your barbecue guests sit down and spill their hot dogs and beer all over their leisure suits, not to mention the 4-inch sliver from the duct that goes up through the seat of their pants in search of a new home. And before you know it, your dinner party goes from your backyard to a small claims court. Now, this might look funny, and it is, but not if it happens to you. But instead of throwing the chair out in the garbage, or I should say throwing it in the garage with the idea you're going to fix it someday for 9 years or 10 years or 100 years, and then throwing it out, I'm going to show you a way to restore this antique beauty back to as good as new. Oh, boy. Glad I waxed the floor. All right, once you got the straps cut through there, you just got to pop those metal clips off the top. Those things are really on there. All right, that's got her. Well, now what we have to do is put the new webbing on there. It's expensive stuff, I'll tell you. 15 bucks a roll seems a little steep to fix a $2 lawn chair, don't you think? But luckily, I mean, I may not have money, but I have imagination. Of course, I'd rather have money. So I suggest you use something else, like maybe ribbon. Although now the sides of that are pretty sharp, you know. You think a paper cut's bad, try sliding your backside over that in your Speedo, and that'll get your attention. Have your own checkerboard on there. Or you could use a lamp cord. That'll work good. That's not sharp on the edge at all. It comes in the brown, comes in the white, could be kind of attractive. And, of course, I have a ton of this left over from that electric weaver's loom I made last year. Or car seat belts. That would work. Oh, you're sitting on them anyway. Might as well make it official. Or you can even use, I guess, the kids' skipping rope, you know, while they're at school. They don't mind you doing stuff like that. Whatever it is you use, you want to attach it all on there with the handyman's secret weapon, duct tape. Now, you can do it that way, but I got a better idea. Look at that. Shiny silver frame, shiny silver webbing. Kind of looks like the Lone Ranger's lawn chair, doesn't it? And that shiny chrome look just screams money as far as I'm concerned. Or maybe it just screams imagination. And she is strong. I'll tell you, your Aunt Orca could sit in this baby. Let's try her out. Oh yeah. Oh, that's solid. That is solid. You got room for me in here and a fully stocked cooler. And you know what you could do is you could say make a patio umbrella and a hammock and even a garden trellis. Cover them all with the duct tape. You got kind of a coordinated look. Can't beat that. So remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Oh. Well, now, here's an added bonus. You can use the chair as a lint remover. This week on Handyman Corner, we're going to show you how to prevent this that I have in my hand here. Now, this is not a charcoal briquette. This is a piece of bread, the kind of bread that helps build strong cramps 12 ways. The reason it looks like this is because this particular piece of bread just spent a little too much time in this unit right here. This is the kind of thing that happens when people are too cheap to buy you a decent wedding gift. But today I'm going to show you how to fix a toaster. Now, the first thing you do is take something like a fork or a kitchen knife, something like that, stick it down in there and see if something's kind of got it jammed in there. All right. Well, that's good. That tells us the power is on, but I think we should unplug this. Okay, we get her unplugged there, and I'll tell you, there's only one of two things that could be wrong with a toaster. Number one, you got your Pop-Tart drippings in there, and they've seized up the ejection mechanism, bunged her all up. So what I use for that is the WD-40, or what we call the handyman's liquid wrench. I mean, this stuff could loosen the intestines of a warthog after a cheese dinner. Fire that down in there, and now, the other thing that could possibly be wrong with it is that the heat sensor inside the unit is stuck in the on position and just needs some sort of a jarring motion to kind of loosen that up. So hopefully between the two, we've got this thing pretty well squared up. Why don't I just plug her back in and we'll just give her a try. I think you're going to be surprised. I'm going to need a couple more of those units. All right. All right, let's just see what happens here. Well, she's not burning. I'll tell you, she's not even heating up. So we've done it. I mean, it's just that easy. But remember, until next time, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back with a lot more info on the Safety Week thing.
Well, it's not about the fire extinguisher in the outhouse, is it?
Well, no, we'll let old man Sedgwick tell that when he gets out of intensive care.
Why, there's nothing more frustrating than the cost of something after you bought it. I bought this car from Buster Hatfield. Now it's got 2 flat front tires. Now I could buy tires, but a new tire here is going to be about 85 bucks, and there's 2 of them. That would be well over 100 with tax. Well, I only paid 50 bucks for the whole car. Anybody who would spend 100 bucks on a $50 car doesn't belong at Possum Lodge. They belong in the government. All right, so the first thing you can do is check the trunk. You might have a spare. That'll save you 1 tire. No? Okay, so this week on Handyman Corner, I'm going to show you how to make your very own inexpensive tires. First thing you want to do, clean out your closet. All right, the obvious question is, why are you hanging on to these clothes? And don't tell me you're saving them to wash your car with them. People with clothes like this don't wash their cars. So throw them away or donate them to clown college or something. And that leaves you with your footwear. You want to hang on to these, all right? Because these penny loafers and disco boots are going to become your new tires. All right, the next thing you need is a pretty long piece of 4-inch steel pipe, which you can buy, or 9 times out of 10, you can dig up right in your own backyard, or somebody's backyard. Now, you gotta cut the pipe into 18-inch lengths. There is an easier way around making that many cuts, but it involves you having either a stupid friend or a son. I'm not that lucky. Oh, man. All right, and take your piece of pipe now. You want to attach that to the rim. That's gonna make a pretty big shoe tire there. Well, what you can do is shorten all the... No, I'm not gonna... No, okay, all right. We'll just cut out the fender here a little bit, make room for our big shoe tire. Oh yeah, this'll... No problem. All right, that's one. Well, the tire took a few hits there, but you know, you gotta get that tire off the rim anyway, so I must admit that. All right. All right, now you want to attach the pipes to the rim there. You could weld them on there, but I'll tell you, they got this new glue now that dries instantly, and it's as strong as a weld. 2, 3. Harold, this stuff's crap. All right, now this is the basic structure of your tire. All it's missing is the shoes. You put the lefts on the left side, rights on the right side. That's all there is to it. I'll tell you the beauty of this system, you can match the footwear to the weather conditions. You got your rubber boots for the rain, Kodiaks for the snow, running shoes when you're in a hurry. I would say hush puppies for your normal driving, and for special occasions, Those fluffy pink slippers. I've got kind of a mix on there, so it's more or less an all-weather tire. Drop her down, and I'm all set to go. And the beauty of it is, if I do have a flat tire, I'm carrying 2 spares with me. Plus all those extra shoes you find along the side of the road for some reason. Maybe I'm not the first one to try this idea. No, I'm probably the first one. All right, so remember, the women don't find you handsome. They should at least find you handy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta make tracks. Hit my shoe horn. Shoe tires, just do it. Lots can be frustrating, can't they? You either can't find a spot at all, or then you do get one, and by the time you get back to your car, somebody has boxed you in, eh? Maybe the guy whose spot you took, or maybe the parking lot owner getting back at you for not paying last time. Well, today, I'm gonna show you a fast, cheap, unembarrassing way to get into or out of a tight parking spot. First thing you need, your spare. Now, your spare might be flat. It doesn't matter, it'll work just as good. And then you need a jack, but you don't want this kind of jack. You want the hydraulic type. They have a little more lifting power. Because we're not just going to be lifting one end of the vehicle. But hey, I'm getting way ahead of myself. All right, I got 2 jacks. That means I can open. Next thing you want to do is horse the back seat out of there. All right, hit it. Now, you may notice with that particular method of removing the seat, there is a certain amount of damage to the floor area, but that gaping hole in there is going to come in real handy later. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. Okay, first thing we got to do now is mount the jack to the inside of the roof. And for that, I'm going to use the heavy-duty self-tapping machine screws rather than duct tape. Although you could put duct tape on the screws later, you know, for appearances. All right, now I want to hang the spare tire under the jack, but right at floor level there. And then I'll be all... I guess those machine screws are a little bit long. Okay, I need something to fill the gap between the jack and where the spare tire's going to be. I could use, I guess, a 4x4 on that, but I want something a lot stronger that won't twist and warp. So I'm going to use this old car drive shaft here. I've already measured the length, and I'll just cut her to size. Okay, I decided to go with the 4x4 after all on that. But she's all assembled. We got the jack hanging from the roof, and we got the spare hanging from the jack, and the whole unit is positioned over our big hole in the floor. So now, whenever we want to get into or out of a real tight parking spot, all we do is jack down the spare, which will jack up the car, and we spin her around till she's facing the right way. Then we jack up the spare, which will jack down the car, and we're out of there. Funny how life solutions are usually so simple, isn't it? Boy, my wife's gonna go nuts when she sees this, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. So remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take this baby for a spin. Environmental agency. Apparently one of our neighbors has registered a complaint about all the junk we have lying around the lodge, especially our unfinished projects. I know who it is, too. It's that new guy in the fancy A-frame. He's been giving us grief ever since he saw us cooking weenies over a tire fire. He says the lodge is keeping his property value down. Well, sure it is. It always has. If it didn't, he wouldn't have been able to afford the place. But now he's gone and got the government involved, and I gotta get the car out of here. Actually, they say if I can just remove the engine and the gas tank, they're the biggest environmental hazards. I guess they never smell the upholstery. Now, as always, I like to do 2 things at once, because that means I can work slower. So I have an idea that'll satisfy the government and increase the property value all at the same time. Can you guess what it is? I'm going to take out the engine and the gas tank, and what do you suppose I'm going to do with them? Exactly right. an automatic lawn sprinkler system. You're good. Okay, now to take out the engine and the gas tank, all you do is take out the engine and the gas tank. The job is pretty easy here. I got everything I need to make the engine go mounted inside the boat here. Now I had to make a few minor alterations to the water pump to turn it into a sprinkler. First of all, I quadrupled the size of the intake hose, so this baby will pass some serious water. Now I just dropped that into the lake. Okay, now to get my big spray, I took the nozzle off the Lodge fire hose and attached that to the output side of the water pump. I'm not really worried about the Lodge catching fire. We keep it pretty damp. And here's a little extra piece of ingenuity. I attached the rope just to the one side of the boat, and that way she'll kind of swing and sway with the wind and the waves, and I'll end up getting maximum coverage with my water spray. Oh yeah, and for safety's sake, I added a remote starter. So remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. This week on the Handyman Corner, I'm going to show you how to check your transmission. I got this engine out of my vehicle here when I took her out to do an oil change, and luckily enough, the transmission come with it, so we can take advantage of that. Now, the first step here to get the tranny off, call it a tranny, is to loosen the bolts. All right. Now, I believe the tranny's down here at this end. Yeah, here we go. Okay, now these are a 9/16 bolt, but this is only a 1/2-inch wrench. But I think we can make it work. Okay. Whoa. Now it does help if you got somebody to kind of steady the motor on you. Oh, wait a minute, the other end of this is 9/16. Okay. Hold her steady. Whoa. Okay, now I wasn't exactly sure which bolts held the transmission on, so I just pretty well undid everything I could find. So I just kind of pry this out of here. She's coming. I got her here. And then you just... Okay, great. All right. Alrighty, let's get this off, and then... Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, we got a... That seems all right. And we have one of these. This here. This doesn't look... No, I guess that's okay. Yeah. And these, and this, and this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this, see if... Yep. Well, it looks okay. So I would say if you take your transmission apart and take a look at this, and then take a look at yours, and whatever doesn't look like this, make yours look like this, and then you'll be okay. So, until next time, if the women don't find you handsome, They should at least find you handy. Does anybody know if this is the transmission? Oh man, a dent. I hate that. Try to keep your vehicle looking mint. And some bonehead comes along and nails you with his door in a parking lot. And of course, no note or anything. Oh no. Guy doesn't even have the guts to admit his mistake and face it like a man. I'll tell you something. I got an idea that just might be crazy enough to work. And I guarantee you this, I'm at least crazy enough to try it. All right, this here is an arc welder. Oh, yeah, there you are. This is an arc welder here. I've just used it to fix the frame on this bicycle. You get real strong welds with this baby. Look at this. You know, I'm thinking this is going to be the key component in my parking lot criminal identification device. I'm going to need a better name before I go national with this. But my first and only real problem is coming up with enough portable electricity to power the unit. You know, there are a lot of great advantages to having vehicles lying around your property. You can use them as tool sheds, bus shelters for the kids, guest cabins for your wife's relatives. Here's a bonus that I tapped into. Every one of those vehicles has got a battery in it. So I can hook them all up to run my arc welder. I'm going to hook them up in, I believe, in series here. Okay, we're good to go here. Just gotta set my trap. First thing you want to do, take the ground wire from the arc welder and attach that to the ground. Okay, now you want to take the live end and attach that directly to the van. I would suggest you do that kind of quick. Okay, and you're good to go. Now, if anybody should come along and happen to touch the van with, say, their door, well, they get to learn just a little bit more about electricity. So remember, women don't find you handsome. They should at least find you handy. Hey, buddy, you looking for someone? I believe the owner of the van is in the store. Have a great day.